Well, it's the final day of JAE and this is our fourth and final video of the weekend. During this weekend, we've been working on the interior. The plan was to fit the entire interior of a car from scratch, but unfortunately, weather and other complications have stopped us finishing the entire car. During this final video of the weekend, we're going to be fitting the final quarter panels to the interior and hopefully making it look something respectable. But there's going to be a slight change to this video. I want to start off with a story from long ago, when dinosaurs ruled the earth, when men were men, when children did as they were told, when people took responsibility for their own actions, when our medical and bank records were private. But of course all of that's changed, and one of the biggest things is people taking responsibility for their own actions. Now, of course, you think you take responsibility for your own actions, but do you really? What about the case of the person who burnt their lips on their hot coffee and then sued McDonald's for not warning them that their hot coffee would be, funnily enough, hot? Or the people that drive off a cliff and then blame the sat-nav manufacturer for not warning them that there's a cliff. Is that normal? Apparently so, because the judge awarded them expenses. And then who else do we have? Oh, of course, the children that are overweight. Let's blame the government. It must be the government's fault that we're feeding our children too much and not exercising them enough. Am I getting too political? Maybe, but it's all factual. And then of course, we've got the part that broke. Someone buys a part, they fit it wrong, but it's a manufacturer's fault. And then there's the lady who put her dog into the microwave oven and the dog exploded, and she sued the microwave oven company because they didn't put a warning on there that you should not dry your dog in the microwave oven. These are all factual stories, but the one I want to lead myself onto is the one about taking responsibility for your own action. Because a number of you have written to me saying that you watched my video and you copied what I said and something went wrong and a part broke, and you want to know what I'm going to do about that part. Or the people that write to me and say, can you give me the part numbers for all of the parts? I do free videos for you. They are for entertainment purposes only. It says at the beginning of every single video, entertainment only. Now, I'm not a professional mechanic. I keep on reiterating that. I can't give advice on fault finding because I don't know your fault if I can't see the car. Take responsibility for your own actions. So now let's get on with the video. We're going to be covering the final interior parts of the car. We've still got to do the dashboard and centre console after, but the weather's turning in, the day's coming to an end. I'm tired, it's been a very long weekend, so let's get on with it. So for this final part, we're fitting 11 separate pieces requiring 30 different screws and bolts. Not particularly a big job, but if you've never done it before, there's a few little hidden pieces that you might not know about. We're only going to require a couple of small tools, 2 Phillips screwdrivers, a regular size one and a little stubby one, and a 1/2 inch drive with a 17mm wrench piece on the end. And that's it. So let's get on with the job. We start with a couple of seat belt parts, and then we'll go to the quarter panels and we'll work our way from there. Okay, so we start the process with the rear seat belt. Goes this way round. No, sorry, it goes this way round with this number 7 bolt. So we drop that into there. Remember, your seatbelt is a safety device. Don't take any chances. If you're not 100% sure, get some professional advice. Then we need the other seatbelt. Goes this way up. You plug in the electrical part first. then this plugs into here. Now you've got this long pin here, goes into the hole just underneath the plug, like so. To hold it in place you can always use your screw up the top, just a short screw. And then you want another number 7 bolt. That goes in down here. To get the cables out the way, or your seatbelt out the way, we bring this up. And I'm missing this bottom one. You can see there's a slot on one side, screw hole on the other. So you put it into this hole here, slide it to the left, bring your seatbelt to the left to expose the screw hole. This is another short Phillips. In there. Now those are out of your way, we can just tighten up that bottom bolt and screw. Bring your back seat down, those out the way. Now we'll get the side panel. Next part of the process, you're going to need 3 new clips. These are pretty much a disposable clip. Whenever you take this panel out, it's 99% sure you're going to break the clip. So have some spare clips to hand. They just slot in. I want to go home. They should just slot in there. Oh, that one just drops in. Next thing is probably one of the biggest juggling acts of all time. We first of all have to slot the front seat belt through this hole at the top, followed by all of the belt and extra pieces that go with it. They will all go through. Make sure your seatbelt isn't kinked. Bring the panel up. And the first thing you have to do is hook this corner under this piece of plastic. Tuck your carpet under. And now we go to the back. Well, we've not bolted anything down, so now we're looking for those 3 plastic clips that we put in, and we've got to find the holes that they pop into. That one went in straight away. Where the hell are the others? Oh, I see. Further back there. 2, 3. Right, just hope we don't have to take this out again. Line up this screw hole here. Just a short Phillips. This goes into here. Check all of this has gone in right. We should have another short Phillips somewhere. I'll look for that in a minute. Don't know where that went. We had them all a minute ago. Oh, maybe it's a slightly longer one. We'll do that one in a second. Now this car is going to be a bit of a problem because some of the plastic here is warped out of shape, and finding the holes when it's warped is not difficult. So this one, not easy. This one goes on here, long olive Phillips. Find your holes and get that in. Another one of those in there. Now it's this bottom one here that's the problem one. So let's see if it's going to be good to us and line up. It's not looking like it. I can't find a hole there anywhere. When I get home, I may well pull out another panel and replace this panel because I don't like it being warped and not sitting through. However, once it gets warm, maybe it'll naturally pull itself back into shape. Now we can do these two up. Okay, now we need two slightly longer Phillips, and you're going to need your stubby screwdriver because you're going in here up the top. You've got one hole here and one hole here. Okay, now we can put this seat up, that gets that out of our way, and we come back to this missing screw here, which I thought was a short one, but actually turns out to be a long one. Okay, now this part, I've got two slotted pieces here, one clip piece here. Slot it in, push it across, and then clip on the other side. Then you have your Phillips screw. In there. Okay, I just want to grab a drink and we'll put the final parts of the seatbelt in. Okay, so seatbelts, fairly straightforward. Bring this up, locate the screw hole or bolt hole and just bolt it in. Now I noticed on the thread it looks like it's previously had a thread lock on it, and I would guess that you're going to need to put that back on yourself, and I will double check that in the manual for this car, and if it requires it then I'll put some on. And if I need to remind you again, these videos are for entertainment. This is a safety device. You should seek professional advice for anything you do. Cover over the top, looking good. Now down the bottom. You've got a hole down here. Slide this plastic up to give you better access.
Is there a particular way around this twist?
You know, I really don't know.
I imagine there will be.
That looks about right to me. Come across the shoulder, straight across the lap.
Yep.
I just did what I felt was right with that one. There we go, slide your cover over. All looking pretty. Back seat belt. Now this one can be really awkward. You're working in a very tight space and the damn thing will keep locking on you. You need to keep it at the right angle to get it to unlock. And it won't always do it when you expect it to. There we go, bit by bit, nice and gently. There we go. So our bolt hole's here, and it's going into that bolt hole up the back. You've also got a locating pin and a locating hole to make sure you get it the right way round. Is that enough? Maybe we'll try and go a bit more. This is the bolt we need to be using. There's no apparent thread lock on this one, but please check to see if there should be. Through there. Deep into the back there. Okay, now for this one you're going to need some sort of short extension on your ratchet, and I didn't bring one, so I'm having to use this little assembly here to get down the back there without bashing on the glass. Okay, and then the cover to go over the top. We've got two hooks on the back here and a screw hole on the front. Now these are often a bit funny to get on and off. You'll sort of either know or not know when it's just right. You'll just have to feel around and try and get it to clip over the back. There we go, we're nearly there. There. And then you've got a final screw hole here. This is for this little green one. Now on the other side it's the exact mirror image, and it looks like I've got that round the wrong way, you muppet. Ah, how did I miss that? Is that right? No, it's not right, is it? I'm not going to take this off now on camera. I'll do it off camera and turn it around. I'm also going to do the other side off camera. There's no point you watching the exact same thing again. So the other side is a mirror image of this side. I'll leave you to do yours. I'm going to do mine, and then we'll come back for one or two final pieces. How the hell did I get that wrong? Okay guys, we're just on to the last couple of bits now. I've put on the other rear quarter panel, and there's a little lesson I learned that I wasn't too sure about before, but I'm going to pass it on. It made it a lot easier to fit that panel and reduce the risk of breaking those little plastic clips if you remove the side step first. So if you take that off, the panel aligns a lot easier for you, and then the rest of it pretty much falls into place. So that's my little tip of the day. So for the final parts, we've just got the parcel shelf clips and parcel shelf to go in, and that'll pretty much wind this video up. So let's get on with that. It's nice and simple. We've got these little plastic fittings here. Phillips screwdriver, nice long Phillips green screw, and if we find the hole, that goes in there. That's one. If you stay there, I'll go around the other side. Same on this side. That's that, and then our parcel shelf. Clips into there. We're done. So for this video, for this weekend, we're pretty much done. There was plans to do 6 videos over 3 days, but we only got 4 done because we lost a day to bad weather. So really, we've not got what we intended on doing, a full interior refit. We're still left with a dashboard and center console. All of the seats are going away for recovering to make them look like brand new again with the original fabric. But I will make sure I post some pictures on this car once it's done. So for now, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank the people that have come along to support me for for their support. It's been really, really good. We've had a good time and enjoyed a few beers together. I want to thank the organisers of the JAE for allowing us to come along and film here. And they didn't even charge us to come and film. And I think the most important people to thank are my family and to Mitch, who has certainly supported me all the way through and put themselves out to make this work for you and for me. I want to thank you all for watching, and I think that concludes the JAE 2021 show video specials. Maybe I'll do it again sometime. Maybe I won't, it depends on how I recover from this one. It really has been a long weekend and a very difficult weekend, a big gamble as to whether we could pull this off at all. So it's all gone pretty well. If you want to support the channel, don't forget you can become a patron, which also has lots of additional benefits. But if you don't worry, you can still get all the free videos apart from a few that are done especially for patrons. So thanks for watching. I'll see you back in my backyard sometime soon with some more videos. I'll see you then.